Bosh, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is 1 week post show. It's Saturday, we're back in the UK, it's pissing down, so everything's fully back to normal. I'm feeling a little bit more back to normal. I'd say I'm running at about an 8 out of 10. It's taken me all week to get to 8, and Carl just said I was probably minus 8 out of 10, which is not far off, I reckon. But we are feeling our feet a little bit more. Off season is off to a cracker. Carl got me my new plan, food, training, everything. I think it was Monday, so we got started with that potentially Tuesday. Because I'd already trained, obviously you watched the session with Liam post show, we were like ahead of ourselves, so I've done a little bit of jiggery poking with the training this week, just to kind of fall in line. So like Monday, next Monday, in like 2 days, I'll be fully like as planned, whereas this week I've done a bit of jiggling. Today's session, actually, I've already trained. This is post-workout about to go down. Today was like the first session that was on the actual day that Carl has set for me to train that, so we'll be into next week smooth as fuck. So post-workout, same old meal, 150 cream of rice, 60 vegan protein, trained by JP, Magic 10, use it and abuse it, and 150 berries, cinnamon, 2 grams of salt. I've just taken these, which is the Digest Pharma Pro, and the Ensure, which is obviously GDA. I'm keeping these consistent now. At the end of the day, I'm in a very fortunate position being a JP athlete that I get access to these, so why not fucking use them? And this goes for all the health subs. Coming off the back of this year, which I think I'll do a separate video to kind of go into my thoughts on the show and all that, but going into this off season now, I'm very, very motivated, more than ever. So anyone that's watched the content over the last couple of years and has been impressed with what I've done, we're about to take it to a whole new level, trust me. I'm super motivated, and a lot of people have said I've made a statement this year, and I want to make an even bigger statement next year. And that starts now in off season, so everything is being adhered to. And I put a post on Instagram saying the hard shit I find really easy to do, so the preps, the training, the dieting, all that stuff, easy. The finer details, which I think now with how far into this I am as a bodybuilder, those details will matter, and it's about perfecting those. And I've put a quote on my last couple of posts, is be better and you'll do better. And that's what it's about. It's like me being a better bodybuilder is going to allow me to do better as a bodybuilder on stage. So there's a little ramble. We've also got squares bars in the mix. These are Aldi's finest, so you know the score. We need to save money wherever we can these days. It's a busy one today. Not so much busy out and about or travelling all over the fucking world, but busy because I've got my American client Hannah competing. So we've been obviously peaking her throughout the week. She's looking fantastic. So I want to kind of show you behind the scenes of peaking her for her second run out this year. First working with me as a coach. She only came to me 2 weeks ago, dropped it on me and said, could you get me ready for the show in 2 weeks? So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And she's super happy. So I am going to be putting her plan of attack in for show day today, and I thought it would be good to show you how I'm doing that. And then of course with the time difference, I'm also going to be showing you how we have to do this as a coach when we've got someone in a completely different country. We've got to make a little bit of a sacrifice with sleep, which you know I'm not shy of doing. So I'm going to eat this because mouth is watering, I'm starving, and then, again, I've got 6 meals to eat today. And one thing I've found this week is I need to be a bit switched on with the meal timings, because it's been a couple of days where I've had to cram big meals in at the end of the day, and we want to make sure we're spacing those out. Like I said, be better, do better. Right, we are good to go. So if you look on the sheets, you'll see a new tab, show day, which has got like a light green colour code on there. And then in terms of the meals, I've split them into pre-judging and then between pre-judging and finals because of the break. So first 3 meals, as we talked about, meal 1, 7:30, second meal 10 AM, and third meal 12:30, which will be like 2.5 hours roughly pre-stage. You know what it's like, it might be half hour out here or there, but that'll be the that'll give us enough time before stage time, which is going to be about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So the carb intake going into stage, we've got about 80 grams of carbs spread out throughout the 3 meals. First meal and the third meal are slightly lighter, and then the middle one is a bit heavier. So what I want you to do is, prior to the third meal going in, about 30 minutes or so, if you can send me some check-in pictures, please. We don't need weight and things like that. The visuals will be enough. And that will be around about 12 p.m. So here that'll be about 6 p.m, which is in about 5 hours time. So the intake, we've got chicken, obviously protein on show day. We don't need a lot of protein, so the protein has been brought right down just to help with digestion. So small amounts of protein across the board. We've got chicken with some rice cakes and some peanut butter, meal 1. Meal 2, cream of rice, again a little bit of protein with some dark chocolate. And then third meal, back to the similar meal from the first meal, which is the rice cakes with peanut butter, but the protein's been completely removed from that one. Obviously, we've got fats in the mix, so we've got peanut butter and dark chocolate throughout, just to hold that fullness that we've got, which we've definitely achieved over this week with obviously doing the higher food. And then the break between pre-judging and finals, obviously post-stage, get me some pictures across. I'll obviously be setting my alarm to get up as well to assess. And then the cream of rice meal, which we basically do as meal 2 this morning, is going to be the meal that will tie us over into the pre-judging and finals. Because I imagine, again, it's going to be in the region of like 3 hours, I would have thought, by the time finals start, because obviously you've got that break in between. Now, if the break goes on longer than planned, or if the timeline of going back on stage for finals is going to be longer than planned, there is another meal there, which is just going to be the rice cakes, peanut butter, and I've also put some honey in there as well. So that is going to be for the just in case it obviously runs on longer than planned, but I want that going in around about an hour before you go on stage. So it's going to be assessing it as you go. Just keep an eye on the timings, and then we obviously get that in if we need to. If we don't, then obviously we won't put it in. These 2 meals are going to be confirmed 100% once you've checked in with me post stage though. So these are just there as a base, and then I'll adjust if I need to from there. You know, if we're looking like on the money, bang on the money, then it would be a case of just removing some of those carbs just to kind of keep the midsection as tight as possible. So it'll just be a case of bringing the fats in with some carbs, and that is the plan. In terms of water intake, I'm going to send you a breakdown of what I'd need going in. 500 ml servings to be sipped on, no like slugging the water down, just keep it nice and steady throughout. There'll be 500 mils, obviously we've done that this morning, and that'll be throughout the day as well, just interim of 500 ml per meal basically. But I'll send you that in a text format just so you've got that reference, and I'll obviously put those alongside the meals as well, just so you don't have to listen to this voice note again. So let me know if that's all good with yourself. Any issues or questions, please let me know. I am on my phone all day today, so we'll be touching base until pre-judging is done and dusted, and then we can go from there. But yeah, time to land it. Meal 5. Right, so as you've just heard, I've just been putting the plan in place for Hannah now, which is show day plan. I've been dealing with it daily throughout the week in terms of her updates, checking in twice a day with me, getting her morning weight obviously, post-workout shots when she's trained, pre-bed weight, pre-meal 5 visuals. This is something I've obviously picked up over the years. You know, I'm not just winging this. This is like how I've done it for 4 seasons now. Obviously not with a bikini athlete, but I've coached 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶 and we've done similar things with her as well. So it's a very safe method that I've used in terms of the peaking process, where we front loaded her with food Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She's a very tall girl. She's 6 foot. So in terms of the food that she needs for her frame, she obviously needs a little bit more than a petite 5'4" bikini girl. So The food has been heavier than she did previously, but the look has been great, and she's really enjoyed this week, which is fantastic. And hopefully, you know, in terms of what we deliver to stage today, it gets rewarded. This is bodybuilding, this is competition, so you never know, but very confident in the look. So I've given her 3 meals this morning. It's weird saying that because it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but 3 meals into stage, spread out throughout 2.5 hour intervals basically between the meals. And then like show day, protein is one of those ones where you don't really need it, so it does get removed or reduced dramatically. Fats is always in there to hold the fullness that we've achieved throughout the peaking process through the week, and then obviously carbohydrates as well alongside the fats. So she's done extremely well. Like we had her on, in terms of the intake, she was on like 450 carbs roughly per day on the loading days, and then I pulled her down a little bit, tweaked it up a little bit more for a session yesterday, just because of the reflection of her body weight compared to her last show. I thought if we just go with the lower food that we did on her rest day after the loading days, she's probably going to end up being too low. So a little bit more food went in yesterday, and she's woken up bang on the money today. So I am just texting across to her now water intake. So she had 500 ml this morning upon wake, and you know, just it is very early days from me working with Hannah, but I think in terms of the water intake that we do daily, which is 5 litres, sorry, the 500 ml servings is going to be enough for her throughout the day. You know, you don't need to pull water, something I've learnt myself. There's water definitely needs to be in there. Of course, there's a line that you shouldn't cross with the water intake, but the water that she's able to handle, her physique, there's no margin of like spilling over with the amount that we're going to put in today in comparison to the 5 litres that we normally do. So she did 500 ml upon wake, get my words out, 500 ml in between, and like I said, I think I said on the voice note to her, is that the water intake, just because you've got 500 ml, because I'm a guzzler, you don't just slam 500 ml in, sip it, you know, take your time with it. You don't want any unnecessary bloating from just chugging a ton of water in. 500 ml is not a lot, but still, when you're doing the intervals of these between the meals, you want it going in as steady as possible. She's just text back saying, sounds great, boss, thank you so much. Boss of Merthyr, boss of Wales. And that is it. So yeah, and it's just a case of mantra through the day now. I've got to jump on and set my alarms for prejudging more than anything. Well, not prejudging, finals. I think if prejudging is going to be about 3 p.m. her time, that's going to be about 9 p.m. our time, so I'll still be awake, hopefully. Won't be snoring on the sofa. I stayed in bed later this morning so that I could actually try and stay awake tonight, because the prep sleep problem is still tap dancing in my mind in the background. So yeah, we'll take you through the day, and obviously through into the early hours.
I'll send you a voice note anyway, brother. As I was just going to say on the voice note anyway, I just want to say thank you for all the inspiration, because running a business and, you know, we're just about to have a second kid and managing staff and doing check-ins, as you all know, is kind of stressful. I'm just seeing you putting all the work on yourself, doing your check-ins, making sure that you've got everything on point, and you can still be in, you know, the most fucking incredible shape of your life. Is just so inspiring to me, and that's what really helped me push forward. I think as a coach, you just, you know, that you can do it. You've just got to make the time and effort. There's some sacrifices to be made, but along the way, you can literally make it happen if you dedicate your time and effort to it. So I just want to say, you not only improve my, you know, my physique, my health, as I showed you the other day, but also improve my ability to cope with business and stresses, and the fact that I've been able to put more into my own time as well, and even though, you know, got a crazy schedule of it. So just want to say thank you for that, man, and yeah, super stuff. So appreciate it. Looking forward to, you know, the next number of months together and see what we can do into 2026, bro. All right, have a good one. Enjoy your session. Take it easy, bro.
What's happening, brother? Thank you very much for the voice note. Much appreciated for your words there. I'm glad that you're able to get something out of the coaching from just having a diet and a training plan. You know, I do document a lot of the stuff I put out there, and it's not for like pats on the back. It is to kind of show people what is possible, because I'm sick of hearing people saying that they can't do this, they can't do that, when I know what I'm putting into things. And I think if I can convey that and get it across in the content, then that's a huge bonus for not just myself, but obviously for clients like yourself and other people that just follow on socials, mate. So it does go a long way. Thank you very much, much appreciated. It's nice to have these back in. I do love a fizzy. Although, I'll be honest, pulling fizzies out for the show so much, I've kind of lost the habit of wanting them in. So I've seen myself doing a shitload of these each day. But since being back, probably had maybe like 3 monsters in a week, and then probably about the same amount of like Pepsi Maxes, which normally like that would be maybe 2 or 3 a day Pepsi Maxes. Definitely 1 monster a day, sometimes 2, sometimes 4, depending if I'm travelling, but I've been home all week. So yeah, it is nice to have the fizzies back in. Just don't want to fall into the habit now of like overdoing it on those diet drinks, having them as a bit of a treat. But we shall see how long it lasts. It's early days, could go all tits up by next week. I've just received this in the post from Engineered Muscle. Riz has dropped another banger. It is the new set of scales that he's released. So we've now got like 3 scales here. Comes with batteries. Also comes with a USB lead. Very cool product. Riz, you're fucking smashing it, mate. I'm not sure if you got time to watch my vlogs, brother, but you are absolutely killing it. He did tell me about these, to be fair, so I kind of knew about them in the background. So it's a dual scale where you've got obviously your normal food scale here that you'd use for your chicken, your rice, etc. And then it's got this little panel here, which I'm not sure if that sits, or well, it does sit on there, but whether it should sit on there constantly. This is a precise tracker for scale. So precision, sorry, not precise, precision scale. So you've got both options here. So for salt, anything which is obviously smaller and very like intricate with the amounts that you need to track, we can use that. And anything else, like I just mentioned, with the your chicken and rices and potatoes or whatever, cream of rice, you use the bigger side. I'm not sure if I got to take this off or leave it on. You know when it comes with that little label on top of things to keep it looking fresh? I don't want to peel it and then it peels off the fucking branding. Nope, we're good. There we go. Riz is watching us going, Magic, what the fuck you doing, mate? So, new scale, and I thought I'd try it out with the meal, because it is meal time. I'm starving as well. On, batteries are in there, are they? Happy days, Riz. Happy days, mate. So, we've got 125 raw rice, which is obviously cooked up, one I made earlier. 150 chicken, which is cooked up. We've got 100 grams of green veg. Pineapple is in, boys and girls. We know what that means. 75 grams of pineapple going in. And in the past, so I've just set this to 0, by the way. I'm using the bigger side. I can't show you and do this at the same time, so you're going to have to just listen to me do it. In the past, I've always ate my pineapple on the side. But I know a lot of guys like to put it in with their meal. And because the taste buds are having a fucking party at the minute with my chicken and cream of rice and all that, I'm chucking the pineapple in with it. And I actually enjoy it. Obviously, I've been doing this all week, so it is banging. So for those that used to do this before me and I've ever slated you, I apologise. So 75 grams of pineapple on top of the chicken, rice and asparagus. Do you know what? I think I know what this is for. So we can use that to host the salt. So this is obviously the salt shaker that Riz does. Salt and oils, there we go. So the screen, I'm gonna have to show you this bit. The screen splits into two, so salt and oils is on the top, which is this, or the top section, and then food is on the bottom. Let me tear that, actually even put that little tray back on there. Tear it up, and tearing means to put it back to zero, for those of you that don't know. If you're watching this and you're a bodybuilder, you should know what that means. 2 grams. Oh, the suspense. Bosh! So 2 grams of salt per meal. A little bit of Salt Bay action. Oh, fuck, I put it all on one go. What an absolute fucking bell end. It's all good. It's all good. I was going to lick that then. So, there we go. Riz, shout out to you, mate. Keep coming with the fresh products, brother. And that is meal 3. Is there anything else to go on there? Yes, there is. Fucking hell. Coconut oil. So we are on 5 grams of coconut oil. And what I do like to do with the coconut oil is just take it out when it's pretty hard and spread it on my meal, or my my protein source, which is obviously chicken. So 5 grams, and I'll just spread it on the chicken. Obviously the chicken's just been warmed up in the microwave, so it'll melt, and then we got coconut chicken then. And I don't like coconut, or I didn't used to, but there we go. I've got 2 things on here that I didn't like: pineapple and coconut. Bodybuilding and diet does weird things to us. Changes our palate massively. Like nuts. I used to hate fucking nuts with a passion. Now, I like them so much, when I'm dieting, I'm not allowed them in the house because I love them so much. Work that out. Right, there we go, meal 3. Salt is done, coconut oil is done, pineapple is done, just a bit of Tommy K, and we are good. And my Pepsi, so I'm not going to show me eating this because it's not a full day of eating. I just wanted to break down the scales. So engineeredmuscle.com, I think. No discount code because I'm not sponsored. Riz just does cool fucking products, and I support cool fucking people that do cool shit. Yeah, these are perfect. So we will get our next meal in, because if we look at timings now, it's 8:30 here, which is 2:30 your time, or 2:36. That last meal went in around 12:30, so, and that was only the 3 rice cakes, so we definitely need some more food before finals. I know you've had those couple of rice cakes just to tie you over as well, so get the next meal in now. With that cream of rice meal, just make it with as minimal water as you can into like a bit of a paste, just so there's keeping the volume of the actual food quite low. And then in regards to water, just sip on the normal allocation of water as well until finals, and we're good to go. There will be no more food required then until post-show, where obviously you can fill your boots. But yeah, all good for that meal. And if you can send me pics roughly just before you go on stage, just check in with me before you go on stage, about half hour before you actually go up, because even though finals starts at 6, obviously there's no guarantee that you're going to be going on that quickly. But judging how the pre-judging went speed wise, it's going to be pretty rapid with finals, because obviously they're not going to do everything they've done this morning. Everything's been done, so it's probably going to be just awards, I guess. A little quick comparison run through, and then straight into awards. So it'll run quicker again tonight, hopefully, because you might get somewhere for food then post show without it being like an 11 p.m. finish. Yeah, do you want to bring it to me? Get it done then, girl. This is magic. So believe it or not, I have actually been sat here pretty much most of today. I've either been working or eating. I just had, what? Or talking. Not sleeping, no? Not yet. It is 20 to 9. So apart from doing check-ins with clients, I've obviously been on the blower to Hannah most of the day. Even though Signal, Hannah, if you're watching this, we've had a nightmare, because the building she was in must be made of friggin' double thickness steel and concrete, because messages are still coming through now from earlier on. But we managed to get the job done. So pre-judging is done. Looking good. Obviously we don't know what the judge is thinking, but from the way she was moved on stage, looking at the stage pictures and some video footage as well. I'm not sure if this is going to be too bright for you to see. Probably get back on me. But yeah, nailed it. So it's currently like 20 to 3, trying to work out this time difference. 20 to 3, and she's now back at the hotel, and I've just given her the green light to get the next meal in, which was a meal we were like, we'll see how it runs, but she definitely needs it, because her last meal, I say last meal, it's not really a meal like, but 12:30 she had 3 rice cakes with some peanut butter. So to just leave that as it until finals, she's got to be back over there for 5:30. Finals starts at 6, as you probably heard in the voice note. It's going to run quicker, but she still needs some food. So a little cream of rice meal now, low volume, which is like 40 grams of carbs, with a bit of dark chocolate and a smidge of protein just to tie her through. And then depending on how long it is between this meal, which is going in at 3 p.m. I said, which is in the next 20 minutes, until she's back on stage, there is also another small rice cake meal with some honey just to tie her over, but we'll assess that later on, which will obviously be early hours. And I've just had my off-plan meal, my first off-plan since post-show. We had an Indian, because Carla really wanted one. I probably would have had a Domino's, but someone had her brace off. She hasn't been able to have an Indian for how long?
It's probably this year, but I definitely haven't been able to have one for 6 months.
6 months, no Indians.
No curry.
No curry.
No coloured food.
No coloured food.
Which suits
Bit
me.
racist. So yeah, no food, no Indians. So we've just had an Indian, her choice. Well, the whole family has, and it was nice. I went for a chicken shashlik. slash stick, which is a good one to go for if you are on the health and fitness kick, because it's a dry dish. And then I had a little drizzle of tikka masala over the top. I didn't show you because there was enough off-plan food in the last Milan video. But I have got some cheesecake to eat now. I might show you that. What?
This is a new make, isn't it?
What is?
This English cheesecake company.
I don't know. I don't eat cheesecakes, do I? I only know the Cheesecake Factory.
Are you having one of these as well?
Yes. Oh, what? Say anything?
Yeah.
No, just give me the one bit of cheesecake for now and I'll see how I feel after it. I might need a midnight snack when I'm doing the check-in later with Hannah. Hurry.
Jane, shut up, because you've been sat there doing nothing.
Well, she just said no, there's no women's bodybuilding or physique, just figure wellness, fit model and bikini. There's maybe 16 girls in the show total. There's way more guys, so it'll run fast.
Show the people how we eat.
We're going to do the aeroplane now. Here comes the aeroplane. Biscoff cheesecake. And 3 scoops of ice cream. It's a bit wrong that I'm sitting here eating this and on the other end of that phone Hannah's just grazing on rice cakes. Your time will come. I just said to Carla now, I don't want to fall into the slump of being too lackadaisy with off-plan food, which I've done in the past. Where Uber Eats is getting opened up a little bit too often on the phone. I think one at the moment obviously it's pretty fresh post show, but one a week is more than enough, especially with the amount of food that I'm actually on. And to be honest, if you don't really feel like off plan, there's a good chance it's not going to happen. Because Carla's on it. Maybe we'll just have like a steak or something. But for the first one, Indiana Jones.
What's up, guys? So prejudging is done. We're waiting for finals. I'm feeling really good. This show experience has been so good. This show is a little bit smaller than the other one that I did, but my experience is so much better because it truly helps so much having a coach who genuinely cares and who is dialed in with you. And even though my coach is not in this country, he has not missed a beat in any capacity. Been dialed in, no ghosting, nothing like that, like locked in, feeding me. And that was the biggest difference, was I was barely fed the last show. And of course my feedback was to fill out more, and that's what we've done. So I'm very proud of the package today because I've already beat my last one, and so now it's just time to bring it home.
Rosie, we're upstairs, are we? We were upstairs. Do you want to go upstairs? Right, peeps, we are awake. It is 1:54 AM. I'm not sure if that's too bright for you to see the time, but I'm telling the truth, honest. I did get my head down for like 2 hours, and then me and Hannah arranged a time that I would be back on the phone, which was about 30 minutes ago. I've been lying in bed, kind of going back and forth, but she is now lining up. She's been glazed. She is ready to go for finals. So let's see what happens here. We're bouncing between WhatsApp and iMessage at the minute because the signal is just shocking in that building. So there's messages coming through randomly on WhatsApp from like half hour ago, and then I'm like, that doesn't add up to what she texted me like 5 minutes ago. But it's obviously earlier messages and they just jumbled. But it looks like iMessage is like a little bit more accurate, so we've reverted to iMessage, which I hardly ever use. I think my daughter is the only person that texts me on iMessage. So the show's run really quick for finals, as expected. I did say to her that we're probably going to be done and dusted for 8 p.m. So it's 1:55 here now, which means it is 7:55 there. Bang on the money. Bang on the money. So she's obviously going to be doing her final comparison or whatever they're doing. I imagine it's just a quick run through for novice, and then her main class, which was actually 2 classes put together because of the amount of competitors. I think there was low numbers, so they just gelled 2 classes together. So she'll be back up for that then shortly after her awards for novice. So I will keep you updated on the silverware award, whatever that may be. Fingers crossed we get a W and a gold, aka a fucking first place. Two first places, novice D and open class F. I think this is the part where I say, don't you just love it when a plan comes together, innit? Buzzing. She's super happy. Like, the competition wasn't that stiff, if we're being like really honest with ourselves. But I just texted her and said a win's a win at the end of the day. And the look that we delivered was already a win as well. So she's on to the overall, which is now after classic bodybuilding. They're doing it right at the very end, which I imagine is maybe 30 minutes from now. It's 20 to 3, which by her time is like 20 to 9. So yeah, I think they want to get the show wrapped up probably in the next hour, by 9:30 hopefully, so she can go and have some grub. So I've given her some dark chocolate, a little bit, and some honey just to tie her through to the overall. And I've said hold the rice cakes because you can fill that gap later on with burgers. I shouldn't be encouraging it, but it is what it is. Final show. But yeah, I'm happy with that, super happy. So we will hold fire for the overall. I'm just looking at both message threads just in case something comes through here, because we've got WhatsApp over here, we've got iMessage over there, and then I got me in the middle because I've been chopping up a vlog from the Milan trip.
Hang on. Hello?
Champ.
Hey!
What's going on? Let's go. You right?
Yes,
You're-
I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
You're on the vlog.
Hey!
Well done. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
That's good. You're happy,
Very
yes?
happy. I'm very proud.
Good. You should
I'm
be.
proud of the package we brought, and I'm proud too. I'm really proud that I split center with the girl who got overall. I'm very
Yeah.
happy because they moved me in the middle with her, so I'm very,
Yeah.
very proud.
That's sick. And the feedback's good as well. So condition was on point, and you know that you can handle more food now than previously. You know, that's going to give you confidence,
Yeah.
like with your physique next time, that we know how far we can push it. And obviously, next time you'll have even more tissue, so you'll even be able to push it further. You know.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, you nailed it.
Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much.
That's my
You've been
pleasure.
amazing.
My pleasure. Are you going to go get some food now?
Yes. I got a diner picked out, a burger with my name on it. Got those brownies that I bought today, so I'm ready.
No rice cakes, no? No rice cakes?
No rice cakes. Those rice cakes were good though. Let me tell you, they're pretty
Yeah,
good.
I bet. Now, wicked, well done. I'll leave you to it now, but I just wanted to give you a shout. I'm up now. I'm just going to go do cardio, so I got my monster. I'm going to go just get it done.
Awesome.
But-
Thank you so much for being with me every step of the way. You have no idea how much it means, truly.
My pleasure. It's all good. It's all good. Have a good evening, and we'll touch base tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Coach.
No worries. See you later.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Boom. Mission accomplished. 4:02 a.m. The plan was to get Hannah sorted and then go back to bed. However, I'm up and the mind is working, so may as well just get to work. So I'm off to do cardio, hence why we've got a monster in check to get a little fix. And I'm like waiting around because my AirPods and my iPad, which are my essentials for cardio, were on low battery because I've got to charge them. So they are charging up. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and I should have enough battery on them to last my session down at 𝘴𝘱𝘰𝘠 because it's a Sunday and that's the only place that's open at 4 a.m. So 20 minutes cardio. I'm probably going to tackle the Stairmaster today. I've been using the bike for my cardio this week. He's got me on 20 minutes every day. But after the Indian last night, I'm feeling a little bit shit, I'll be honest. So I think the Stairmaster, just for that bigger burn, is needed. I'm not going to do more than my 20 minutes, I promise. I'm going to stick to the 20. But I'm going to box a load of steps off as well. So I'll probably end up being down there for like hour and a half. Cardio, steps, abs, and then back home for like 6 a.m, get meal one in, and then I'm probably going to go and have a nap because Carla will be getting up to go to the gym. My original plan was to go to the gym with her, not like to do stuff with her. She was going to her class, spin class. I was going to do my steps, cardio, and then have a sauna. So I think I'll just catch up on some sleep because that is an essential part of my thought process for off season now, is to make sure sleep is on point. You know, this video doesn't really showcase that, but work is work. And, you know, with Hannah being stateside, I wanted to be there for her, and we got the job done. So I am buzzing for her. Happy for me, obviously, as the coach. And that's another one done. So I didn't expect to be prepping or peaking anyone for another show this year after the shows I've already peaked people for. But we managed to squeeze another one in. So very happy indeed. Hope you took something from this, guys. If anything, it's just like some things need to be done regardless of what you've got going on. It's work is work at the end of the day. And if you are providing a service to clients, you need to be there for them, regardless of whether they're 20 minutes down the road or 2,000 miles away, if that's even what the distance is from here to Louisiana. But there we go. Finish my monster, get some more charge on these devices, and then head to the gym. So thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace out. Comment, subscribe, like, share, notifications, all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.